To build a model in PrecisionTree, you'll need to launch Excel using PrecisionTree. Make sure this tab, this PrecisionTree tab, and these icons are available to you when you begin. We're going to use a very simple need-to-know approach to building a model. So I'm going to assume you have a topic and a scenario in mind. And so we begin up here in cell A1. Place the cursor there, click on Decision Tree, and you are asked where you want to begin to build your model. You can choose anywhere, but we're choosing A1. Model Settings opens, and you're going to give it a name. I'm going to use a familiar model. We're going to use the aquatic nuisance species model I'm going to build here. And since we're doing Need to Know, we're not going to explore the other tabs at this point. You build a tree model by extending it. So go to the endpoint where you want to extend your model, click, and up comes the node settings. For this exercise, you'll either be using chance or decision nodes. For the model I'm building, it's going to be all chance nodes. So when I click on this, you'll notice I have the opportunity to enter a name. So I'm going to say pathway exists, question mark. And let's fix that letter. Now when you open this, you by default get two branches. So if I click on the branch tab, you'll see the two branches. And I'm going to call one branch yes, yes a pathway exists, or no it does not. Right now each pathway by default has a 50% chance. We're not going to mess with the probabilities at this point. If you have a model where you want more than one branch, more than two branches, you can add branches. So you can add as many branches as you like, and of course if you decide that you've got too many branches, then you can simply delete them. Okay, so we click OK, and now I have pathway exists. In my model, if no pathway exists, I don't care what happens next. So I'm extending my model here. And I'm not going to build the entire model because that would be unnecessary punishment for you. So let's just put chance here, and I'm going to say ANS survives pathway, question mark. And once again we go to our branches, and I'm going to say yes or no. And I'm okay with that. Once again, I'll add one more. This time I'll do one last chance, and let's say ANS spreads. Now you understand, of course, I've left out much of my story, but the important thing is we're just trying to learn how to use the software. So here you've been seeing me change here. Let me just go back to the node here. If you didn't care to go to the branches, I could click here, and then I can go into the model itself and make my changes. Okay, now what I'm looking for from you is a completed model like this that has all the branches, however. And I would like you to make an interesting scenario, an interesting story. Let some interesting things happen in between and have fun with this idea. Now what I'm about to show you now makes no sense for the model that we have here, but I want to show you this feature because it may be helpful to you. Because very often models are developed in a parallel kind of fashion. So suppose I wanted to duplicate this part of the model up here, down here. So to do that, what we're going to do is right mouse click, and we're going to say copy the subtree. That means copy everything to the right of this highlighted node. And I come down here and do a right mouse click and say paste the subtree. And you see here, it's a great way to quickly replicate pieces of your model. If you are very industrious and are so inclined, once you've built your model, feel free to go in and to change the probabilities, but make sure that the sum of the probabilities on your nodes is always equal to 1. I'll be looking for that. Good luck with this model, and through the remainder of this course you're going to learn how to do this a little bit more carefully and in more detail.